So, hello everybody to my second Dropfleet tactics report. This time I want to give a longer intro because I will do some things different than from last time. I will do all of my clips a bit longer after I finish talking because I want to do it in dual language. Afterwards I will do another speaking in German and will make a second audio layover. So I need to afterwards, can put the second language in the correct place at the video. So in this video I will reveal the second tactics, the Frigates Only tactics. Again, at this side there will always be the standard fleet, and at this side there will always be the special tactics variant. And yes, you see, so we are going with PHR into Frigates Only tactic. And yes, it's not Frigates Only because it's not possible. You need to have some medium ships in a skirmish sized game. That's the minimum of medium sized ships you need to take is two mediums, and we have two times a Icarus Vanguard carrier. And as you see, I tried something new. I put cutouts to have an even better feeling of the original, soon coming, nice looking models. So now it's really three-dimensional, and I think you will have a much better overview and will much better track what's going on. Yeah, you can see it there. It's an Avalon. It's a San Francisco Troop cruiser. Then it's a Seattle carrier, two Berlins with burn through. Here you have a Madrid with bombardment. So it's possible to see this. Yeah, so I will try to focus on the models for you. And the second thing I want to change this time, or the thing why I made this, is so I can even track everything better afterwards. If I'm telling you what's going on, I can better tell you what's going on, and afterwards if I'm doing it in German, even I can remember better what happened. This time it's a new mission again. I will try to show you again a new scenario. It's a very special one, but I think it's fun, maybe. About the tactics, I'm not sure how I will handle this. I chose PHR for Frigates Only because PHR has the toughest frigates in the game, so they will survive the longest time of all of the frigates. So that's a good reason, I think, to take them. Down at the back we have two corvettes, then we have two Calypso RAR frigates to give the ECM warfare, so they can help ships to not get hit. Then there are about, I think, 4 Europe frigates, so broadside frigates. Then we have 6 strike carrier for troops and ground domination. I don't know if it's enough, but we will see. 4 small Andromeda carriers, then the 2 Vanguard carriers, and their 2 Pandora burn-through frigates. So PHR is able to put everything on the table, even if they just use frigates. They can have every element of the game. The UCM, they bring the Avalon, a troop ship, 2 New Orleans strike carrier, a normal carrier, 2 Berlin, a Lima frigate, 5 corvettes, a bombardment cruiser, 2 Taipei close action cruiser, and a Jakarta point defense cruiser. You know, actually, this fleet you already saw it because they fight it against Shaltari. I always use the same standard fleet, so this fleet already fought against Shaltari in the first tactics video. Okay, so to get this on and move on and start to turn 1, I now will describe the scenario. So the scenario is divided in 4 quarters, in 4 corners. This, with the green mark, this is the home corner of PHR. And this is the home corner of UCM. So, and then it works out like this. If you hold the corner, you can hold it with ships in low orbit, so it's like a critical location thing. And maybe with ground units. I need to reread this and I will tell you later. But it's like this. For holding your home corner, you get no victory points. For holding the other corner at your side of the table, 1 victory point at the end of the game. To getting this one, it's 2 victory points at the end of the game. And to get the enemy base home corner, you get even 3 victory points. Okay, you get nothing for your home corner, but if you defend it, your enemy will get no victory points. So that's an interesting strategy. Yeah, after turn 1 I will tell you again how to get victory, or what's the condition to hold the corner, because I need to reread it again. I will as well use again those special command cards by side of the battle groups to keep better track of this. And yes, as I said before, now I will just put a bit of silence for my second translation. And shortly after this, I will start with turn 1. So. As it was your wish, every battle group sequence. So, first battle groups is 3 for UCM. They used silent running. In effective, the close action type eyes used silent running with the maximum distance. The Jakarta stuck a bit behind and went to low orbit, but no silent running. Then the other side, carrier with frigate carrier did the course change. So the Icarus carrier moved this short distance and turned so it could stay in the back and maybe later on use its broadside. We'll see. They took the maximum distance, stuck in high orbit, so later on they have a real good radius to use their launcher sets. That's it for the first battle group. Okay, next battle groups. So, PHR had lesser points, but UCM needed to start, because PHR decided UCM has to start. UCM again used silent running. Yeah, the Avalon cruiser, heavy cruiser, battle cruiser came in their home quarter in with silent running. One New Orleans strike carrier came with silent running. The other New Orleans strike carrier came with standard orders to low orbit. And the troop ship San Francisco came in with standard orders, low orbit. Guess what? Yeah, it can deploy in first round. At the other side, the Medea strike carrier battle groups used silent running. Two Medeas came in here, low orbit. One came in here, low orbit. Again, low orbit, standard orders. and this little one used silent running. So, okay, that's it. Second battle group is set. Let's go continue. There we are again. I set some more focal markers just for me to better see the corners, the squares of the corners to be split up. Yeah, next battle group. It was a 8 by PHR and a 16, but PHR told UCM need to start with the Berlin, Carrier and Lima. They used a change curse, and that's why they use change curse, because of the Lima. The Lima comes in, changes his curse, and then can sit in the back and always go this direction and always do its active scan. The two Berlin came in from here, went to low orbit, and the Seattle carrier came in for low orbit. That's it. The battle group of PHR did a silent running. The Calypso came in here with silent running. The Europa frigate, broadside frigates all came in with silent running. The corvettes not. The corvettes came into low orbit with standard orders. Yeah, it's filling up. And I fear for my frigates, because the Avalon weapon is like a Death Star laser for frigates. But there are just many targets, so we'll see how devastating the Avalon will be this game. Okay, let's continue. Okay, there we go. Last battle group on its way. PHR was faster again, but gave UCM the start. UCM has the Madrid cruiser, some corvettes, uses silent running. All of the corvettes came with standard orders, got low orbit. The Madrid all in the back, the bombardment cruiser went silent running. Then the last PHR group went silent running. The Icarus carrier came in with standard orders, and the Pandora frigates came in with silent running. That's it. Now both fleets deployed all their battle groups, so we're continuing with the first launcher sets phase. That's always at the end of a turn. Let's see how it goes. Launcher set. Now we need to decide who decides which one is going to start. So PHR has a 5. UCM has a 3. PHR can decide, and PHR decides that UCM needs to start with launcher set phase. Okay, here we go. The end of turn 1. So for the launcher set phase, there did not happen very much. The San Francisco dropship deployed a defense battery and 3 infanterists in this cluster. The Seattle carrier sent 3 fighter quads to the New Orleans strike carrier back there. The carrier, the small Andromeda carrier, put their fighter squads at themselves. The Icarus carrier put its fighter squads to cover the Calypso frigates, and the other Icarus put its fighter squads at the strike carrier in the front. Yeah, so no bomber this time, because everything is out of range. And that's it, that's turn 1, because I reread the scenario rules, the mission. There are no victory points before the game ends. At the end of the game, every cluster you control, not contested, control, gives you 3 victory points. And the home corner for Space domination gives you 4 victory points, and if it's contested, 2 victory points, and so on. So I got a bit wrong with the victory points. It's 3 points per cluster, and 4 points, 3 points, 2 points. Yeah, something like this. I will show you at the end of the game. I always forget the half of the points. So, see you in turn 2. Welcome back to turn 2. Okay, so that's our overview of the battle. Everything went forward. Except of the Lima frigate, yeah, because the Lima just don't want to get involved in any fighting action. So, at the beginning, PHR had initiative, but it told that UCM need to start. UCM had their corvettes and their Madrid bombardment cruiser. The 3 corvettes went forward there, and the 2 corvettes went forward here. Yeah, the Madrid went with standard orders, but did not do much. In exchange, so they used max trust because all the corvettes used max trust to trust into atmosphere where they are safe. That's because of this. For the corvettes, it's max trust. The Icarus carrier and the Andromeda carriers did not use any special actions, special commands. Yeah, the carrier went a bit forward, and the Andromeda as well went forward, and that's it. There was nothing in range, so they could not shoot anything yet. Then, next, again PHR was on the start and decided to start this time itself. It used silent running with the European frigates. They just went forward with silent running. The corvettes went as well forward, went to atmosphere and shot down one of the UCM corvettes. The Calypso as well just formed up with the Andromedas and used silent running. At the other side, the Berlin cruiser carrier Lima used course change. So the Berlin cruiser just used standard orders and shot their lasers at the Icarus. The Icarus got spotted active scan with the Lima. Because of this, the 2 Berlin cruisers could shoot at it, and they did 10 damages on the Icarus. The Icarus could save 4, so it still went crippling and has fire on it. Yeah, the double burn-through Berlin lasers. That's the benefit of using burn-through with the Lima. The Seattle carrier went course change, so it could go into the bubble of the Jakarta point defense frigate. And that's it. Next group. Again, PHR could choose, and UCM need to start. UCM used max trust. Max trust was for the strike carrier. The strike carrier cruised to this location, but it's still in the lower orbit, so it's really dangerous for this strike carrier. Let's see what happens next round. The other strike carrier just got in atmosphere and could already deploy a tank token. The troop ship went slightly forward to stay into the bubble of the point defense frigate and deployed some more units at this small location cluster because there's nothing else in range. The Avalon battle cruiser is not in silent running anymore, went some more forward but had no valid targets yet. So yeah, the Avalon is still seeking to go and shoot something down. Maybe the big Icarus there, because yeah, PHR don't have many big ships, so if they're gone, they have a hard time. Anyway, I'm not sure how I shall win with Frigates Only. Till now, I'm not sure if this is possible, but we'll see, yeah. So, the next one is the the strike carrier group of the PHR. UCM could start but told PHR shall start. They used Max Trust. Those two just performed standard orders. Atmosphere deployed tank tokens. This one standard order tank token, and those two standard order tank tokens. And one that was silent running back here cruised with Max Trust down there. And now it's again like the other one of UCM. This strike carrier from PHR is at low orbit, so it's in danger. But there are no really ships that could shoot at it. Maybe the Avalon, but it's a bit hard to like put the course change with the Avalon and then could not charge any other stuff. Okay. Then the Taipei and the Jakarta did the silent running. So the Jakarta went silent running. It went a bit forward, but it stuck to the carrier and the troop ship. So the point defense bubble is still okay. The Taipei frigates had a problem because the Pandora stuck outside of their close action range. But next turn, if the Pandoras move, they can shoot at the Taipei anyway. So they just moved a bit forward, maximum they could, and stuck to silent running. Let's see how it performs next turn. Yeah, the carriers. The Seattle carrier deployed 3 bombers at this Pandora, but it's triggering as soon as Pandora is moving. Those two sent bombers to this one, but this one could shoot down all the bombers, so they did no damage. Those two sent their bombers right away to this Ballion cruiser. It's out of range again, so it's triggering as soon as the Ballion cruiser is moving. The Icarus sent its fighter squads to the Calypso frigates, so they're double defended. Back there, this Icarus sent its fighters at the strike carrier of PHR to again make it a bit healthier against close action attacks. That's it. That's the second round. There's just one ship down and it's covered from UCM, so that's not really a bad lose. Victory points. There are no victory points counted yet, but in the end, in this quarter, UCM would have 3 victory points because of the cluster, and there are 3 victory points because of the cluster. As well, PHR 3 and 3 victory points because of the most cluster. So it's even. And as well in the critical location, orbital mission, both sides have 2 quarters. So in the moment, the victory condition is very even. Okay, let's take on turn 3. And there is it. End of turn 3. Yeah. This time some losses are on its way. It's starting. Yeah. So let's see. Okay. PHR was faster and decided to go itself with curse change. That was because the Icarus carrier was really heavily damaged, so it went this way and it was covered by the Calypso frigates. The Andromeda carrier moved forward, tried some close action, but it did not help anyway. The Avalon dropship and strike carrier weapons free. The Avalon did weapons free on this carrier and did no damage. So okay, the Avalon laser is depending on the dis how good it is. So this time it was like a 0 damage weapon. That's a pity. The close action weapons did some damage at the Medea, could do 1 damage, and the Madrid did another damage. Yes. So the troop ship went forward, deployed some stuff later on, and he redeployed, and yeah. What happened to the troop ship? We will see this soon. What happened to the troop ship? Yeah. Okay. The strike carrier. This strike carrier kept at the home base, put the tank token, and this strike carrier went down in atmosphere. Yeah, and put the tank token back there. The fights are not going to be now. I forgot to put another tank token here. I think that's strange. Yeah, both of them were there in the same time, or so. Something is strange here, I think. But let's do it like this. They're even in a moment. Okay, let's go on. Yeah, next group. The Type I close actions are the faster group, and UCM decided to go itself with silent running again. Silent running, yeah, that's because of the Jakarta point defense frigate. It went forward, but it kept the bubble to the San Francisco. The close action frigates went through the Pandora, so they were in their back, and shot them. They did heavily damage to one of it, but yeah, that's it. Okay, so let's look at the next group. It would be the strike carrier of PHR. All the strike carrier kept where they are. This one went down to atmosphere. Yeah, so in the end, if I'm right, it's the first turn, so it's like this. There just can be one of PHR, and there can be two of UCM, because UCM is the second turn there to deploy. Yeah, they are bombarded there, but the tank tokens could, yeah, avoid damaging. The Medea strike carrier here went up to lower bit again, to then go forward and maybe take some clusters at the UCM border. If it survives, we will see. Yeah, that's it. Next group. Again, PHR was faster and decided to go first. Station keeping. The Pandora frigates don't want to go very much forward. They just got a little bit and tipped this way, and both burn-through lasers shot at the San Francisco. They did damage, I think 4 damage or something, so they did high damage for frigates. But the really better thing, and I didn't think about this before, they did 2 Mino spikes to the San Francisco, because it's 2 burn-through lasers, they flash up. They're better than active scan. If you have some of those, you can light up your targets, fall it down, because what happened afterwards? The Icarus carrier back there, it's in the same group. It's the second Icarus carrier. And it could shoot from there with its main batteries at the San Francisco. So the Icarus shot it down to about 3 health points, and it crippled. It got orbital decay, and that was the problem afterwards. The orbital decay could not be repaired anymore. Some fighters went at it, but it could have managed to bombers could manage to avoid the bombers, but the orbital decay, it crashed down the planet. Before it could deploy some troops, but now it's gone. That's a problem. Yeah. Okay, so the Pandora did a really good job in lighting up and doing enough damage so they could finish up the Madrid in the San Francisco group in one turn. Then the Madrid and the corvettes from UCM did station keeping for the corvettes. The corvettes shot at the corvettes of PHR, but they did not do any damage. The Madrid shot at the military base. It did 3 damage to the military base, so really 3 damage, and it did again the damage on the tank token, but the tank token survived. That's crazy, but okay. So that's it for this group. Then PHR again could go first, but it told no, UCM need to go first. It was the Berlin cruisers, the carrier, and the Lima frigate. So let's remember, what did the Lima frigate do? I think the Lima frigate lighted up the carrier back there. But it doesn't matter. This Berlin cruiser shot at this Pandora and did 2 damage. This Berlin cruiser shot at the Icarus and did none damage. And the Seattle carrier shot at this Pandora and killed it. Yeah. Afterwards, PHR has hit his last turn, and then I'm really impressed. I never thought of this. But let's start somewhere else. The corvettes shot back at the corvettes from UCM, but they did no damage, so the corvettes always shoot. Ah, no, sorry. Those 2 corvettes did 1 damage to these corvettes of UCM, but it's really not much damage in the end. The Calypso frigates did a curse change, so because of this it's the curse change, because for those. So the one went here and this one went there, so they do a line, and the carrier can go at this line and is always covered by the special rule of the ECM Calypso warfare suit. Then there are those nice European frigates left, those broadside frigates, and they performed awesome well. Those 4 frigates did 5 damage at the Avalon and 3 damage at the Madrid. Because the cool thing about these frigates is they don't need weapons 3. They have linked broadsides, each side has 3 shots, so 1 frigate has 6 shots, so 4 frigates have 12 shots in every direction. That's awesome. Yeah, they really could manage to deal big amount of damage. Yeah, I liked him. Now after this game, I liked him really much. Yeah, my video is again going to be longer and longer, so this will be the first part. We are in turn 3. Victory points are not given yet because of the specialty of this mission. And yeah, both sides have some losses. In the moment, PHR is, I think, better. Okay, yeah. One of the carrier is almost done, but UCM lost its San Francisco troop carrier, and the Avalon is already, yeah, going to dribble soon. Or it did already. Oh, it did. No, I didn't do it, but yeah, it needs to. Oh no. That's terrible. I forgot this. So it's a hull breach. It's getting another 2 damage. And orbital decay. Ouch. So I will look if orbital decay gets repaired. Oh yeah, they can manage to repair the orbital decay. Okay. So it's safe. That's a good sign. It has 4 health points left. That's more than enough to, yeah, do some stuff. But it's getting critical, yeah, the Avalon has to be careful now. Okay, so, see you in part 2. I hope you enjoyed this one. I did, and yeah, the cutout models are really nice, and I think, yeah, they really can tell you what's going on this battlefield much better than before. I can get the track of this, and yeah, you know, without having the rules, now you really get the dimension of all of the stuff. And you see, my bases are much bigger than the actual models, because those cutouts are really scared 1-to-1. That's the model size you get later on, and I always forget how small they are. They're really tiny. Yeah, but it's great. No, it's really great to get this game soon. So now let's go on.